Karen Hickenbottom, and I believe I can change the world through the cohort model of professional development. Halfway through last year, I knew two sets of conflicting information. First, research clearly showed that increasing access to technology does not relate directly to increasing student learning. And yet districts around us were moving toward one-to-one programs, and our teachers, including myself, were asking for more access. The second thing I knew was that although technology is all around us and is changing the way we live and work, it hasn't significantly impacted teaching practice or student learning. No article I read that condemned technology in the classroom suggested that we not teach with it, although they did caution about moving too fast or jumping immediately to the next shiny toy. What they did universally recommend, however, was investing in targeted long-term teacher professional development. We knew here that we needed to influence changes in teaching practice if we were going to meet the needs of 21st century learners. And we needed to develop teacher leaders in buildings who could help sustain and scale up the work that we did with them. The plan that developed out of all the research and conversation was the Future Ready Teacher Cohort. It seemed the best model to address the need to provide time, tools, knowledge, support, and help change mindsets. Time is always the biggest factor, and we met regularly over the course of the year to allow teachers time in between new learning to try things out or just think about them. It clearly seemed to change the tenor of the conversations over the course of the year as their confidence in their tools and their skills increased. Access we addressed by giving each cohort member exclusive use of a mobile cart so they could become the expert and work out the bugs. This was a difficult decision for some to comply with, but we felt it was vital that cohort members have reliable access to experiment, practice, and have available for just-in-time learning with their students. The knowledge piece evolved quite a bit as we went through the process. We used the SAMR model to frame our discussions about technology integration, but soon realized it lacked the practical application piece that helps put philosophy into practice. Our original thought was to teach discrete skills during those meetings, but we soon discovered we needed to move slower and provide more time for discussion, reflection, and collaborative work, so we adapted our meetings based on the needs of the group. Changing mindsets is a much more difficult task. Learning's changed a lot, even in the last 20 years. The constructivist, hands-on, student-driven models that were thought of as pretty hippie in the past are finding new life in buzzwords like inquiry and problem-based learning, collaborative work groups, blended and personalized learning. In the back of our minds, we were hoping we could begin to get teachers to question traditional teaching practice and get them to take risks. We knew this wasn't going to be an immediate change, but we'd have to look at this as a slow process over the course of time. So we were careful not to push or set exceptionally high expectations for cohort members. We're considering our first year of the cohort as a wonderful start. We were lucky enough to work with a committed, thoughtful group of people who were willing to go along with us. And they were willing to put up with some uncertainty and let us learn along with them. In the meantime, I know a few more things with confidence going forward to next year. 1, teacher leadership takes many forms, some more overt than others. It takes time to develop the confidence and capacity to put yourself out there with your fellow teachers. And the cohort model has given us time to think about and practice new things and grow capacity in teachers to lead and share with others. 2nd, we need some clarity and a shared understanding of what students need to learn and what experiences they need to have at what grade levels. If we can agree on a clear vision of what we want for our students, everything else will follow. 3rd, we need to define or develop a model that makes it easier to take the philosophy of technology integration to the practical steps of making it work in the classroom. Once we have that, we can begin to create and find examples of what it really means for us to use technology to complement best practice. Finally, I need to grow as a teacher and learn as much as I can about instructional strategies so I can both model tech integration for the cohort members and find good tools and resources to support the work teachers are doing in the classroom. So my goals for next year's cohort work are to be even more intentional about modeling what we know is best instructional practice, offer student choice, create problem-based inquiry learning experiences, personalize their learning, keep it timely and relevant, develop clear models and examples of modification and redefinition, follow up with individuals on a regular basis, and continue celebrating the fabulous work that's just getting started in Snohomish. I can change the world with the cohort model because every teacher who provides amazing, technology-rich, creative experiences in their classrooms will change their students' lives.